Yeah, man. So get out to nature and breathe. Yeah, get out to nature and breathe. Sometimes we think that being inside is clean air. And we think that being inside is, the air inside is better than the air outside. But that's not always the case, because we breathe it inside all day long. But when's the last time we changed our air filters? A lot of the materials that we're breathing inside are, mold spores, animal dander, dead skin, dust mites, all of these things that are circulating indoors. You go outside, there's more space. There's a natural filtration system in the air, in the soil, in the plants outside. It's an organic filtration system. So, even if it's springtime and there's pollen in the air and you're sneezing and, excuse me. I've been out here in the bush and I've been clearing some land. There's this tree that I noticed was a really nice tree, and I took my machete and I cleared some of the shrubs around the tree so I can access the tree and put my back up against it, meditate. I'm going to put some pictures. Even right now I got my feet in the ground and I'm back up against the tree. So in the midst of me doing all of that, all of these plant particles are flying in the air. So I've been, spitting out mucus and sneezing and things like that. But that's fine though. That goes back to what I was saying. The cleanest air that we can get a lot of times is outside of nature. Even if it's pollen outside and you're sneezing and et cetera, it's actually a good thing, because you're clearing your mucous membrane. Your mucous membrane is being cleared, cleansing yourself out. It's like blowing your nose, Your body naturally has a system to where if you have too many things in the passageways that are not necessarily supposed to be there, your body will flush it out. And that's what we want. Think of a toilet, right? Think of a toilet, and you got a toilet that you never flushed before. It's going to be all types of stuff backed up in there. But now if you flush that toilet periodically and keep everything flowing, you'll be all right. So, like I said, I'm out here and some pollen in the air. Sorry about that. Some plant things and stuff out here, but this is what we want. We're clearing out the system. We're clearing out the mucous membrane. It's a lot better than being indoors all day, every day. And I know, that's the agenda right now. I don't want to get too much into that, but the agenda is to keep you indoors and keep you away from this nature element. Let me touch on something metaphysically, that we get light codes, we get information from nature. So we already know the most popular way we can get information from nature, and that's by eating plant-based food. Eating plant-based food is not just good for us, health-wise, but it's also good to receive information from the earth. Because you check it like this. Let's take an apple, for instance. Apple comes from an apple tree. The apple tree has roots. Those roots are rooted into the ground, and those roots are collecting nutrients and information from the planet. All the plants around that tree are all communicating to one another through the root system. So plants actually do communicate to one another, and they share information. So now the information doesn't just stay in the roots, because the roots via water, right? We all know that water carries information. And if we don't know, I can do a video on that alone, that the water carries information. So the roots carry the water through the plant, up to the leaves, up to the branches, and down onto the fruit. And then now we take that fruit. Can you see the picture? It's all just a transfer of energy. It's a transfer of information. So now we take that fruit, we eat it, and now that information is now transferred into us. So we take information from nature, from eating the foods, but not just eating the foods. We also take information from breathing in nature, the smells, the flowers, the leaves, all of that. Scent, the element of scent, smelling something, is chemical compounds touching the receptors in our nostrils and sending that information to the brain, and then the brain interprets it. So this is information, chemical information that we're taking in through the body, through the nose. So we can smell information from Earth. We can hear it, the birds. There's some studies that are showing now that ever since this, quote-unquote quarantine has been going on, and there's been less people outside and less noise outside from humans, they've seen that birds, the sound of birds chirping has gotten louder. So nature is speaking up now. The birds are getting louder, Even here where I live, the pollen count, going back to the plants, this was the highest, this pollen season was the highest, it's been in 10 years. So nature is speaking up now. Nature is getting loud. So we can hear that. If we were in tune the way we should be, we would notice that ourselves. But, we can hear information, is what I'm getting at. We can feel it. Touch the tree, touch a leaf, touch the plants, touch the ground. You should be able to feel it. And you should be able to feel it, spiritually. With your third eye too, intuitively. You should be able to feel. You can see nature. Nature has no straight lines. So we're inside all day. We're looking at all these boxes. Everything you look at is a box. But you come out to nature, you see no boxes. Not one box out here in nature. So there's no straight lines out here. Curves, beautiful curves, different patterns, shapes. It shapes out in nature that don't even have a name. There's so many shapes out here, we can't name them all. We try to. They discover something new. It's a brand new shape. The only shape that's out in nature is the Fibonacci sequence. The flower of life, the tree of life. That sacred geometry pattern. That's what we need to be seeing when we come outside. So we can see, right? We can see information. Light from the sun is information. I can do a video on sun gazing alone, but if you wake up in the morning or before the sun sets in the evening, some sun gazing, taking information directly. That's a powerful way to take in information from nature. So, nature is the ultimate school. Nature is the ultimate teacher. We get this information and we download it into our genetic, our genetic sequences, our genetic genome, and we advance to higher beings. Yes, someone's cutting grass in the background, so I guess I can shut this transmission down right now, but give thanks for life. Air quality, outside air is a lot of times the best air you can take. Don't matter if you're sneezing, don't matter if you're, let your body purify itself. Get all that mucus out. Get all those dust mites and everything that you're inhaling indoors, get all of that stuff out. Let nature cleanse you out. You feel so much better afterwards. From there you go home, you shower up, you get clean, and feel like a brand new person again, fresh. So breathe in some of this good air, man. Give thanks for life. Humility.